Hi guys, welcome to my March little video of what's going on with planning this week in March for me. I'm loving this little layout here. I used to do my monthly spread sort of with one line per or one row per day, but I have moved to this calendar layout and I'm really liking the way that that looks. Also, I can fit on the one spread my calendar a quote that's something meaningful to me for the month, a picture, and also I like to lay out my goals for the month based on the different roles that I play in my life. And I picked that up when I was reading for the probably seventh time Stephen Covey's Habits of Successful People, 7 Habits of Successful People, and he recommended that to look at what you're trying to achieve and the roles that you play in your life and assign your goals based on that. So that's what I've done here. I use a little symbols. The dot with or the circle with an arrow means that that's something that I'm working on for that month. And a circle with an arrow and a line means that I'm looking to finish that activity for the month. So if you're wondering how I come up with these goals for the different roles in my life for each month, then you would have to flip back to something called my goal planning chart. This looks really busy, but it's necessary, and it's something that I refresh definitely each year, preferably in a mid-year cycle as well. And this is really about when you have a personal strategy. If you do have a personal strategy, you'll have some strategic objectives. So some strategic goals that you're hoping to achieve over a 3 to 5 year period. And then you'll look at those goals and you'll say, realistically, what can I achieve over the year for the next coming year? And you can see that these strategic goals link to annual goals. Here I've obviously not coloured this little square in properly, but I can go back and do that. A couple of mistakes there. Right, so that shouldn't be there either. So these strategic goals link to annual goals, which are linked to tasks that you're working on achieving over the yearly period. For this this goal planning chart, I'm going from January 17 to January 18, and then you can see all the tasks that sort of link to my annual goals, which link to my strategic goals. And coming off of that, I have links down to a measurable outcome. So a measurable outcome here, so something that I can look back and say, yes, I've achieved that task, and yes, I did achieve that measurable outcome. So for one example, in my personal strategic goals are a healthy and lithe body, mind, and soul, and I've got some yoga goals here and some eating and body goals, and from that I've got some tasks and some measurable outcomes. So for the yoga goal, it's to establish a home practice, a regular home yoga and meditation routine. And then one of the tasks that I'm doing off of here is to prioritize my miracle morning routine, including a strong vinyasa practice and meditation. And then I've got some goals around the different poses. So these are measurable things that link right back to that strategic goal. And then I have a time frame here as well, so the time frame that I'd like to achieve that by. So if you're talking about SMART goals, this is definitely meets the SMART criteria. It's specific because you have specific tasks with specific measurable outcomes. It obviously is measurable. The M in the SMART, achievable. You make it achievable because you look at your time frames and you try and space out. The light diamond here, it means that I'm working on it for that month, and the full diamond means that it's due for completion. So you can make sure that you space your tasks in your planning chart so that it's definitely achievable. What are we up to? R, realistic. again, realistic, because you're breaking down things into tasks, realistic tasks with a realistic time frame, and they're time bound because the time bound element is incorporated into this chart. So that's where I get my monthly tasks from. For March, I've just lined my ruler up here and said, right, these are the tasks that I'm finishing working on this month. And then I've just flicked across and translated that into my monthly. So these things here all relate to the tasks for March that I'm working on. And so I have my monthly layout, and then my habit tracker. Love this thing, my gratitude tracker. And then this is the monthly spread that I'm really enjoying. Again, I've got the roles in my life, and from the monthly I'll pull across 2, no more than 3 goals to be working on in any particular week, and then I can schedule those into my daily. And this works for me. The great thing about a bullet journal is you can set up your weekly spread so that it works for you, and there's lots of different ones out there on Instagram, and I love looking at them, and I recommend that if you're into bullet journaling, you do that too. Yeah, and I've sort of shown you my daily spread. I'm looking into Pomodoros, which is setting a timer for 25 minutes, and I'll just signify a Pomodoro with a line. So if at 12 o'clock on Tuesday I am working on Thursday I'm working on Pomodoros, and I get a 25-minute block of time working on a task, I would do one and then another, and it just helps you really manage your time. So that's definitely something I'm doing. And then I am using my signifiers here. So I would use a dot for a task. I could cross out the task, and I would use a dot with a circle around. So if it was an important task, so I'm trying to signify it, and I would be tracking my Pomodoros on this side. So that's my daily layout. I'll post more of that info soon. And if you are looking to find out more about the strategic goal planning chart, I have a template for this. It's an Excel template on my Etsy shop, and I will be posting a lot more videos on this strategic planning chart, where it comes from, how to use it properly, how to define strategic goals, annual goals and tasks and outcomes. And I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you liked this video, please subscribe so you can see more of them. Thanks.